In today's class, we are going to discuss a couple of concepts related to Java, algorithm, and operating system concepts. These concepts are very basic concepts, and without these concepts, it's not possible for a program, in the sense it's not possible for you guys to become a good programmer. I just want to say you one thing. In the sense, I usually mention this in all my programming classes. If you guys want to be a good programmer, you guys should have very good knowledge about algorithms. You guys should have a sound knowledge about data structure and operating system concepts. Anyone can learn this in syntax of programming language, but become, in the sense, to be an experienced or enriched programmer, you should know about algorithms. Algorithms plays a very important role in the programmer's life. These are all the topics I'm going to cover it in today's class. How to write a first Java program, what are all the basic and necessary rules we should follow while writing a Java program, the syntax of the program and programming template, what do you mean by a program, a variable, basic arithmetic operations related to a program, and how to use a loop and conditional statements, and what do you mean by a typecasting. And these concepts are very basic in any programming languages. It need not to be a Java related one. It's related to any programming language. If you want to be a, in the sense, if you know these concepts, you can learn C++, you can learn Java, you can learn .NET on your own. But in addition to this, I'm going to cover a couple of algorithms, couple of programs and data structure in this class, and I need everyone to be so attentive, and if you have any questions you can ask me at that point of time. No need to wait until I finish off this session. If you have any doubts, you can text me, or you can raise your hands there, or you can type a message. I think you guys can type a message so that we can discuss at that point of time. When it comes to a first Java program, this is everyone will going to write a first hello world program in Java. This is the same program which I wrote for myself. This is the first program. One is a class. The class is, the name of the class is hello, and it has a main function inside that one. The main function has a println statement. What does println statement will do? The println statement will going to print whatever the text or string inside the braces onto a console. Console in the sense it might be a monitor, or it's a file or any other thing. Before doing that one, what happens when we compile hello.java? When we compile hello.java, the compiler of Java, the Java, in the sense the Java compiler will convert hello.java to hello.class, a class files. In the sense, a compiler will going to convert a .java file to a .class file. But you should make sure that whatever the name of the main class, in the sense the class which has the main should be a name of .java file. In the sense here, the main is present inside hello class. That's why the name of the Java file should be hello.java. If you give any other name for this Java file, then it's not possible for the compiler to compile this file. This is a basic concept in Java. In the sense, this is a basic concept actually. If you want to compile a Java file, the name of the Java file should be the same name as the name of the main function where it resides in the class.
Sorry, I got guys on.
Next, once you compile the Java program, how to run that program? Whenever you have a .class file with you, then you can run that .class file on any of the JVM. JVM in the sense Java Virtual Machine. You can run that .class file on JVM. JVM are specific to each operating system. In the sense, Windows is having different types of Java Virtual Machine. Linux is having different type of Java Virtual Machine. In what I want to say is, JVM is operating system dependent one, but Java program is not an operating system dependent one, because once we compile the .java file will going to convert into .class file. You can run that .class file on any of the operating system by making use of JVM. But you should know that JVM is developed by Oracle Corporation. We are not going to develop the JVM. We are just a Java programmers. We are not a JVM developers. And the output of this program is, it's my life, it's my dream. This is the output of this program. When it comes to platform dependent one, this is the main I just want to make sure that I'm just going to use some board to demonstrate that one. This is a Windows operating system. What happened in Windows operating system? I'm just going to write it as a Windows, and this is a Mac operating system, MAC, and you are a Java guy. This is a programmer. You are a Java guy. What you guys are going to do? You guys are going to write a program which is in .java file. In the sense, you guys are going to write a program which is in .java files. What it will do? That .java file is converted into .class file. By making use of a Java compiler. Then what happens? How to run this .class file? That is the question arises in everyone's mind. Windows is having its own JVM. Mac is having its own JVM. This JVM is developed by Oracle Corporation, and JVM is operating system dependent one. It's not an operating system independent one, but Java is operating system independent one. Once you have a class file, you can run this class file on this JVM, or you can run this class file on any of the JVM. You guys got the concept of this, why Java is known as a platform independent one? Mehtab, Shashi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then going forward to the next concept in Java. Yes. Next comes to the explanation of the program. In program, we are going to maintain certain standards while writing the Java program. One is known as a multi-line comments. Multi-line comments is indicated with this syntax, the first one, and if you write double slash, it is known as a single line comment. Every times the class name should be the same of the .java file, and whatever the curly braces is known as a body of the class, and the curly braces associated with the function is known as a body of the function. This is a basic concept in every programming language. Then comes to Java terminologies and syntax. What do you mean by a statement? First question is, everyone talks about statement. Statement is a statement, a programming statement perform a piece of programming action. It must be terminated with semicolon. Means a statement which is terminated with a semicolon and which is going to do some action, it is known as a statement. Then comments. There are two types of comments in Java. One is known as a multi-line and one is known as a single line. We are using comments just for just to provide some explanation, documentation purpose. What do you mean by white spaces? Anything that is a space, blank, tab, new line characters are considered as white spaces. The case sensitive. I want to mention that Java is case sensitive because a guru is not a guru in the sense G is caps in the first one and the second one everything is caps, G, U or U, everything is caps, and is not as a guru which is all the letters are lowercase. The file name, not only the things in Java, the program, the variables, the statement inside Java program is case sensitive. Even the file name is also case sensitive in Java. Next comes to what is a program. When it comes to a program is a sequence of instructions in the sense if you suppose if you have 10 lines, if you want to execute the first line, after that a second line, after that a third line, then it is known as a program is nothing but a sequence of instruction executing one after another, usually in a sequential manner as illustrated in this flow chart. One, it has a beginning and it has an end, and in the middle it is going to perform series of operations. This is known as a program. Then when it comes to a variable, what do you mean by a variable? Variable is nothing but a data storage where you are going to store or process some data, and each variable has its own data type. One, it may have predefined data type like int, float, double, or it may have user defined data type. You can create your own data type by making use of classes in Java. And also one thing you guys need to remember that x is equal to x plus 1 is a valid expression in Java and valid in any of the programming language. But x plus y is equal to 1, it's only valid in mathematics, but it's no more valid in any of the programming languages. This is a basic question any of the interviewer can ask about this one. Next, when it comes to arithmetic operations, these are all the arithmetic operations. The basic arithmetic operations in Java are addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus, unary increment, and unary decrement. I'm going to demonstrate a couple of programs on this one later on. Once I'm going to finish off all the theory section first, and I'm going to take up some couple of programs at the end of the section. And then the loops, the looping structure in Java. There are a couple of loops in Java in the sense the looping structure in Java. One is known as a while loop and another is a do while, and one more is a for loop. What while loop will do, before creating a while loop, you guys should have some initialization statement. Once anything wants to execute inside the while loop, we should first check the condition in the condition of the while, whether it will going to satisfy that while loop condition. Then only we are going to allow that programming instruction or allow that control to enter inside the while loop to execute the statements. Otherwise we are not allowing the control to enter into while loop. The control will automatically jump to next statement. And one more is for loop. For loop is it will going to perform the same function as while loop, but it has different syntax. The syntax wise is totally different, the for loop and while loop. Then the one more loop is do while loop. The think in the sense just think about yourself. If you want to enter a while loop, you should first satisfy the condition. But if you want to enter a do while loop for the first time, you don't need to, you guys no need to satisfy the condition of do while if it is the first time execution. For the second time execution, you guys need to satisfy the condition of the do while loop. If anything, in the sense if in the programmer, in the sense the interviewer will going to ask you a couple of questions like, I'm having this scenario. In this scenario, you guys no need to check the condition in the first time, but you want to check the condition in the second time. At that point of time, instead of using a while loop, you are in a position to differentiate between while and do while, and you guys should go with do while loop. Next comes to conditional statements. The conditional statements in Java are if statement, if else, and nested statements. These conditional statements are evaluated to a Boolean expressions. The output of this conditional statement is either true or false. If it is true, it will going to execute whatever the statements inside if body. If it is false, it will going to execute whatever the statement inside else body. That is the conditional statement. But the major thing is the output of the conditional statement is a Boolean thing. Either it is true or false.
I have a quick question for you.
Yes.
For the loops, I do understand what the while loops are. The for loop, are they similar to while loops?
Which one? Sorry?
The for loops.
If the for loop is similar to while loop, the only difference between for and while is syntax wise. But if you are thinking in an algorithm way, the efficiency of for loop is more than the efficiency of while loop.
Okay, and would you be showing us examples later on in the course for
Yes.
the for loop and the while loop? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
But you guys have understood the theoretical concepts of loops and conditional statements. Do you have any questions related to that one? Mehtab or Shashi?
No, I think I'm good.
Yeah, fine, cool. Next comes to comparison operator. There are different types of comparison operators in Java. One is equal to, one is not equal, and another is greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. These one thing. Just I'm asking you one question. What's the output of this comparison operator? And anybody, Shashir or Mehtab?
I'm sorry, what was your question?
What's the output of comparison operator? What will be the output?
The same.
Same?
It's like if x equals y means y equals x.
Okay, suppose 6 equals 6. What it means?
That means the value of 6 is
6.
same as 6.
Yeah, that's true. But Java knows only two things. Either it should be 1 or it should be 0. In the sense, Java or any other programming language knows only two things. One is 1 and another is 0. You guys can answer it as a true or false. 6 equals 6, it's true. 6 equals 7, it's false. In the sense, the output of the comparison operator is always a Boolean operators. Sorry, Boolean. Next comes to logical operator. The three logical operators are and, logical or, logical not. These operators work on Boolean conditions. In the sense, if this is true, if both the things are true, then and true. That is and. If one is true and another is false, or one is true and another is also true, then this is or. The not is, it's like a negation. Next comes to typecasting in Java. What do you mean by typecasting? One thing, there are different types of type. In the sense, there are different user-defined types or predefined types in Java, like int, double, float. But if you want to convert integer to a double, or double to an integer, or float to a double, or double to a float, then you guys need to work on typecasting one. One thing I want to say, integer is equal to 6 and double is equal to 6. What's the difference between these things? Integer is also 6, the double is also 6. So what is the difference actually?
Double has multiple digits in it. Like integers is only one number, but double has 6.0 or 6.00.
Yes, perfect. Double has precision, means whatever the things after decimal, we call it as a precision. Double and float as precision. In the sense, a double can easily store integer value because integer don't have precision. That's why we can store all the integer into a double value. But what happens if I want to store 6.5 into an integer? What will going to happen at that point of time? Is it possible to store 6.5 into an integer variable?
No, actually.
Yes. It's not at all possible because one thing, 6.5 is not a valid integer value. If you want to store 6.5 into an integer value, you guys have to eliminate the precision part. Only you should consider the integer part of the number, that is 6. To extract the 6, what we are going to do is, in front of 6.5, we are going to mention int in braces. That braces inside an int itself is known as a typecasting. One thing you guys have to aware of, it's easy to convert integer to a double, but double to an integer, you guys needs to take care of typecasting in Java. Not only in Java, all the programming language, you guys should be aware of that one. This is the basic concept. This is the theoretical part.
Is a double?
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
My question is a double and a float the same thing?
No. A double has.
Okay, what's the difference between a double?
Yep. The double has more storage compared to float. Float is a 32-bit character. Double is a 64-bit one. In the sense, after decimal point, if you want to store more number of numbers, in the sense after the decimal point, if you want to store more than 32 characters, then you are going for a double. If you want to store less than 32 characters, then go for a float. This is just a storage constraint in Java.
Okay.
One thing, you guys have understood the theoretical concepts, right?
Yes.
Today, in the sense, in the day one of this session, we discussed the concepts like how to write a basic programming language in Java, how to compile a programming language, in the sense how to compile a .java file, what happens once we compile a .java file, how to run a .class file, why Java is known as an independent programming language. If you write anything in Java, we can run it on any other device, why it is cool, what is a program, what is a variable, what are all the basic arithmetic operations available, the use of loops, conditions, and typecasting in programming language. You guys are perfect with this one?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Shall we move on to the programming section of this class?
Okay.
Sure.
Do you guys have access to knowledge base?
Which one?
Knowledge base.
Is that like a software to write programs in?
No. Sorry. If you guys have if you guys just contact Monica. She will going to provide an access to the knowledge base where we are going to store our materials and notes.
Okay.
After the class, you guys can discuss with her in the sense to provide an access to that one. This is the notes I prepared for you guys. It has nearly 10 to 15 different types of programming related to algorithms and Java. Before coming to the next class, I'm expecting from you guys to complete all these programs. Now I'm going to discuss about these programs, and also I'm going to give some sort of hints and solutions so that you guys can carry, in the sense you guys can solve this program on your own. And also I made this notes as simple as possible so you can complete this, in the sense you can easily read these notes within a span of 1 or 2 hours. If you spend 1 or 2 hours, you can become a master of day one session in Java. These things we have covered in theoretical section, multi-line comment, end of the comment. This is the terminologies, block comments, white spaces, and Java program templates. Everything we covered. Come to the programming section. You guys are, in the sense, This is the first program in Java. In the sense, I just developed a print test Java. This is the first program. In this program, I'm going to demonstrate two things in Java. What's the difference between system.out.println and system.out.print? I'm going to explain the differences between these two things. This is very, very, very basic concept in Java. What happens if you write this system.out.println? What ln stands for in Java? The ln stands for a new line character in Java. If we were print as println, in the sense if the print is appended with ln, then once it's print the statement, the cursor will automatically jumps to the next line. In the sense the cursor will move to the new line. That's what println will do. What print will do? The print will just simply prints the statement. After that, the cursor will stays in the same line. You guys have understood this one?
Yes.
The println and the print.
Yeah.
Okay. In the first statement, we are going to print hello world. After that, the cursor will going to advance to the next line. The println prints an empty line. Again, the cursor will advance to the next line. Here, the print hello world, the cursor stayed at the printed string. In the sense, the cursor will stay at the same line. After that, again, I'm going to print hello. In the sense, the previous line, this hello will get printed and the cursor will move to the next line. Sys.out.print. Here we are going to print a space and we are going to print again a word here. After that, again I'm going to make use of println hello world. I just want you guys to try this program. Just copy paste this program on your Eclipse and just run so that you're going to feel the difference between a println and the print. And even I'm going to provide an instruction set how to install Eclipse and NetBeans. Just check it in knowledge base. Everything is there in knowledge base. How to install Java, how to install JDK, how to install Eclipse and also NetBeans. Next comes to, this is just a programming exercise. You guys can try on your own. I just want you guys to print the statement like this in a single Java program by making use of println and print statement. You guys can try on your own. Next, how to add two numbers in Java. If you want to declare a number, how you guys are going to declare a number in any of the programming language, in any programming language? First, one thing, you are going to define a data type. After that, a variable name. That variable will going to initialize, means we are going to initialize some values to that variable. Here, the first program, I'm going to declare a couple of variables like a number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Each variable is initialized with 11, 22, 33, 44, 45, and the variable is associated with a data type of integer. Because I'm just adding a numeric integer value, that's why I just chosen the variable should be as integer 1. And I declared int sum. And this sum holds the sum of all the numbers, in the sense number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Whatever the sum value of those numbers, that will be automatically stored in variable. That variable name is known as a sum. Here I'm going to perform an operation. Sum is equal to number 1, 2, 3, and this is the plus symbol is a basic arithmetic operation in Java. And once I'm done with this one, I'm going to print the whatever the stored value in the sum. This is very, very basic operation. No need to worry about this one. This is very, very basic operation. Why I'm stressing you more about this one is just to become familiar about Java syntax and some of the basic declaring steps in Java. That's why I'm insisting you guys to practice this program. If you are a first-time programmers, these things will be very helpful. Even if you know Java a little bit or in depth, these programs will help you to further enhance in the sense to make you a perfect in some syntax and something in Java. This is just an explanation I provided what happens in each of the steps and how to proceed. Next, I'm going to discuss about multiplication. In the previous example I provided with an addition of 5 numbers, I want you guys to submit an assignment of multiplication of 5 integers. Instead of addition, you guys have to perform multiplication operations of 5 integers. If I say integers, no need to declare a variable with a double or float. If you guys want, you guys can declare with int, or you guys can declare with long. Long has more storage facility than integer. Next comes to you guys are aware of some mathematics. I think everyone is Mehtab and Shashi, you are from mathematics background, right? Anyway, you guys are from computer science background. I know Shashi is from computer science background. What about Mehtab? Mehtab, are you from computer science background?
Yeah,
Okay.
a little.
Okay. Anyway, this is in next in further programs I'm going to discuss about the programs related to mathematics, in the sense how to find a circumference of a circle, how to find a height of a cylinder, like that of the program. If you know mathematics, you guys can do this program, but even if you don't know the formula and all, you can just Google it and try to practice these programs. These programs are very, very important to crack the interviews. In interviews, most of the interviewers will going to ask these kind of programs. Even for entry level positions, I'm going to conduct, in the sense I'm going to ask these type of questions, because I can't expect a more from entry level guy related to programming. If I'm just going to ask you one question. For a circle, if I'm going to give you a radius, what is its area? Radius is equal to 6, then what is its area? Or what is just whether you guys are familiar with the geometry concepts in mathematics? What is the formula for radius? What is the formula for circumference?
Circumference 2 pi r.
Yeah, cool, awesome.
Radius.
Yeah, for area it's pi r square.
Pi r square.
Yes, awesome. This is a basic concept of circle. The circle has an area and a circumference. If I'm going to give you the radius, you guys should be in a position to develop a program which is going to automatically calculate area and circumference of a circle. Here, why I'm going to, one thing, you guys are seeing this, I declared the radius as a double and pi value as a double. Why I declared radius, area and circumference as a double? Mehtab and Shashir, can you answer this one? Why I declared radius, area and circumference as a double?
Because it has a very long value after the decimal point.
Yes, perfect. One thing I want to say, the radius can be a 6 is also a valid radius. 6.5 is also a valid radius. Radius can be anything. The value of area can be anything. Either it may be an integer or it may be a decimal. But double can store both integer and also decimal values. That's why I choose double is the best data type available for this one. Don't worry about this final one. The day 2 of the class, I'm going to discuss about access modifier, the blocks in Java, and also what do you mean by final, finalize, and everything related to Java, in the sense the variable. Don't think too much about this one. Why declare final for this one? Later on, later in the sense that day 2 of this session will going to cover. I will going to cover about the final one. I declared pi as a double one because pi has a decimal part in this one. That's why I declared radius as 1.2. To compute the area of a circle, I declared area which is equal to radius into pi, which is going to compute the area of a circle. And for circumference is 2 pi r. I declared 2.0 or 2, both are same, the radius into pi, whatever the value is stored in a circumference. After that, I am going to output the value of circumference and radius here. This is just a basic geometry program. This is the output of this program. The area is 4.5 and the circumference is 7.5. You guys are aware of what is variable and how to declare a variable, what do you mean by data type and all.
Yeah.
Come to this part. In this part, I detailedly explained what are all the variables and what variables store what value in that one. If you go through my notes, it's easy for you to understand the things in that. And next comes to arithmetic operations in Java. What are all the basic arithmetic operations in Java is addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, unary increment and unary decrement operators. Here I declared two integers, one integer as value 95, 98 and it is stored to a variable number 1 and 5 is stored to a variable number 2. Now I am going to perform operations sum of two numbers 98 plus 5, obviously the answer is 103. The 103 will be going to store in the variable sum. The difference is going to store the number 1 minus number 2 is stored in variable difference. The product will get stored in product and quotient and remainder will going to store in the respective quotient and remainder variable. And after that, I'm just outputting the stored values to the console. This is the basic operations in any programming language, the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus. And be careful to note that the unary increment and unary decrement, if plus number, the original value of number is 5, if I increment plus number, then automatically it will going to use this is same as number 1 is equal to number 1 plus 1. In the sense, it's automatically increment whatever the value stored in variable number 1 by 1. Minus number 2, decrement the value stored in variable number 2 by 1, which is same as number 2 is equal to number 2 minus 1. After that, I'm going to print the value of that one.
Does that mean like it's the plus and minus, are they like counters, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Like...
No, they are not counters. The plus number, what it indicates is number is equal to number plus 1. In the sense, if you want to add 1 to that number, then you are going, in the sense, if you want to add 1 to that number, or if you want to minus or subtract 1 from that number, then you are going to use plus number or minus number.
Oh, okay.
If a stored
Can't
value
we
is
edit as
yes, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, can't we edit it as number 1 plus?
Yes, you can do that one. Yeah, pre-increment and post-increment operators are there. Tomorrow I'm going to discuss about that one. There are a lot of things related to Java, but I'm just saying that what here just concentrate on plus and minus. I'm going to in the sense I'm going to teach you the difference between what do you mean by pre-increment one and what is post-increment one. What is the difference? What is the difference between pre-increment and post-increment? But you guys got the concept, right? What is plus and minus in Java?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Then these steps will in dissecting the program in the sense what exactly the program, right? I just developed a notes in the sense, even if you go through the notes, you guys should be in a position to understand each and every statement in the program. That's why I wrote each. I just in the sense I just wrote this dissecting the program section for each program. What happens in the program? Let's take this example, combining these lines 19 to 32 into one single line statement using plus to concatenate all the items together. You guys understood the question here?
Yeah.
This is an exercise program for you. In the sense, whatever the previous program is there, 19 to 32, this one, this section you guys should print in a single println statement by making use of plus symbol. Sorry. Mehtab and Shashir, you guys got the concept of what I'm saying in the sense, you guys?
Yeah, you just like use one print line to print all that in one line.
Yes, using plus.
Yeah.
Plus is nothing but a concatenation if you use with a string. When I'm going to discuss about a string, you are going to understand what do you mean by concatenating operator.
Okay.
The next one, you guys will do this program, right? The first exercise one.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, cool. Then the second one is introduce one more int variable called number3 and assign it an integer value 77. Compute and print the sum and product of all the three numbers. Sum and product of all the three numbers. You already declared the number 1 and number 2 in the previous program. I want you guys to declare one more number 3, and assign a value of 77 to that one. Once you assign a value, declare a variable known as a sum and a product. Sum should be a sum of all the three numbers, number 1 plus number 2 plus number 3, and product should be a product of that one, number 1 into number 2 into number 3, and print that sum and product. You guys got that one?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. In the next program, we could omit the multiplication sign in an arithmetic expression. Suppose x is equal to 5a plus 4b. In program, we need to explicitly provide all the operators. In the sense, it's not possible for you to write this statement in program. If you write x is equal to 5a plus 4b, definitely you are going to get a compile time error. If you want to execute that one, you should explicitly provide a multiplication operator between 5 and a and 4 and b. Try printing the sum of 31 times of number 1 and 17 times of number 2 and 87 times of number 3. You guys got what I'm saying in the sense of what this question state? I want sum of 31 times of number 1, 17 times of number 2 and 87 times of number 3. In the sense, sum is equal to 31 into number 1 plus 17 into number 2 plus 87 into number 3, and finally print the solution. You guys got this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Next, if you need to add a thousands of numbers, so suppose in the previous programs I'm having only 3 variables, 1, 2 and 3. It's easy to add 3 variables. Suppose if I'm going to have 100 variables, is it possible for me to mention 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to 100? Is it a good programming approach?
No, you can use a loop for that.
Yes. Loop is used if you have so many variables. If you want to add, multiply, divide, or if you want to do any of the basic arithmetic operation, or if you want to do some business calculations, then we are going to use loop in that situation. Here I'm going to demonstrate a running number sum. In the sense, the lower bound is 1, the upper bound is 1000 and 0. Running number sum in the sense, the number will going to run from starts from 1 and it will going to end at 1000 with an increment of 1. This is a running number sum. Initially the number is 1, after that the number becomes 2, after that the number becomes 3, after that the number becomes 4, and so on up to it will keep on running up to 1000. You guys needs to add this number. What happens? 1 plus 2, after that if you add 3, after that if you add 4 to that one, after that 5 to that one, what is the sum? You guys have to compute that one. This program will going to do that for you. Here initially we declared sum is equal to 0, right?
Yeah.
Once it comes to while loop, if number less than or equal to upper bound, what happens for the first time? The first time the number itself is the lower bound. The value of lower bound is 1. 1 less than or equal to upper bound. The value of upper bound is 1000. 1 less than or equal to 1000. The condition is true. If the condition is true, we are going to execute the statements inside the while loop. What is that? The while loop states that sum is equal to sum plus number. What is the initial value of sum? The initial value of sum is 0. The initial value of number is 1. Though that's why the sum, now the sum becomes 1. You are going to increment the number by 1. Now the number becomes 2. Once the number becomes 2, this is a loop. Again it will going to check the condition of the loop. 2 less than or equal to 1000. Yes, the condition is true. Again it will going to enter into the loop. Sum is equal to sum plus number. Now the sum value from the previous loop, the sum value is 1. Now the number becomes 2. What happens? 1 plus 2, the sum 3 will be going to store in the variable sum, and again the value of number gets incremented from 2 to 3. Now again it will going to check the while loop whether 3 is less than or equal to 1000. Yes, the 3 is less than or equal to 1000, and this loop will going to continuously execute until the while statement becomes false. Once the while statement becomes false, it comes out of the loop and it will going to print what is the value of the sum of lower bound and upper bound. You guys got the concept of looping structure, how exactly the loop works?
Yes.
Cool. In dissecting section of the program, I explained how exactly, in the sense I explained each and every steps related to that program. If you go through this section, definitely 100%, I'm going to guarantee that you are going to understand these concepts very well. This is a graphical representation. Sorry, I already discussed with you guys in the theoretical section of this class. Next, I have a couple of programs for you guys. One is modify the above programs to sum all the programs from 9 to 888. What you guys will going to do in that case, if I want to add from 9 to 888?
Initial number equals 9.
Mm-hmm.
Start with number equals 9.
Yes, in the sense declare a lower bound to 9 and make upper bound as 888 in the previous program. And I want you guys to develop a flow chart and algorithms for all of this program, and you guys have to practice on your own the Java programs. And if you want to become a perfect in programming, just try to submit the assignment on daily basis, so I can evaluate your assignments, so that it's easy for me to give some feedbacks for you guys. The first one is okay, right? You guys have some idea how to develop a program for this one?
Yeah.
Okay, come to the second one. Modify the above program to sum all the odd numbers between 1 to 1000. Even I provided the int for that one. Change the post processing statement to number is equal to number plus 2. You guys got the idea what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
Anyway, 1 is an odd number. The number 1 is an odd number. If you add 2 to 1, it becomes 3. Again, if you add 2, it becomes 5. Again, if you add 2, it becomes 7. Again, if you add 2, it becomes 9. In the sense, if you add 2 for 1, always you are going to get an odd number. In the sense, instead of number is equal to plus number, you just need to change number is equal to number plus 2. This is the statement you guys have to change here. This is the pre-processing statement plus plus number. You need to change this one to number is equal to number plus 2, so that you're going to add all the odd numbers from 1 to 1000. The same question I'm going to ask, if you want to add sum of all the even numbers, what you guys will going to do between 1 to 1000?
Then do you add 1, number plus 1?
No, if you add number plus 1, the sequence continues. 1, after that it will become 2, after that it will become 3, after that it will become 4. It's not possible for you to extract only the even numbers in that case. Just think about that one. If you guys change that 1, instead of 1, if you make it as 0, in the sense this one, instead of 1 to 1000, if you change it to 0, and if you retain the same number is equal to number plus 2 as a post-processing statement, then you guys are going to get even numbers, right? 0 plus 2 is equal to 2. After that, 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, which is a even. After that, 4 plus 2 is equal to 6, which is a even. 6 plus 2 is equal to 8, which is an even. You guys got the concept?
Yes.
Cool. One thing, these are all the very basic concepts and very basic programming approach. You guys should be familiar with these concepts before going to the advanced concepts in Java, like objects, encapsulation, the properties related to objects and all. Next, modify the above program to sum all the numbers between 1 to 7 that are divisible by 7.
Yeah.
How do you do that one? So one thing I want to say, I just gave you the hint, like modify the initialization and post-processing statement. Initialization in the sense you guys have to change lower bound or upper bound value. Post-processing in the sense number is equal to number plus or 2 is there, right? That itself is known as a post-processing. What is the value of 1 divided by 7?
1 divided by 7 is 0 point something.
Yeah, 0 point something. But if you consider it as an integer, it's always a 0. 1 divided by 7 is 0, 2 divided by 7 is 0, 3 divided by 7 is 0, 4 divided by 7 is 0, 5 divided by 7 is 0, 6 divided by 7 is 0. What happens? 7 divided by 7?
It's 1.
Yes, you got 1 when the initial value is 7. Then the initial value should be 7, right? Instead of 1, you should declare lower bound as a 7.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
After that, number is equal to number plus 2 is there in the post-processing statement of the previous program. Here, what you guys are going to do, that are divisible by 7 in the sense number is equal to number divided by 7. You guys need to change that post-processing statement. Still I need to explain that one.
Yeah, like if you say like number is number divided by 7, so what would the number be?
One second. Yeah, I will going to explain. Yeah, I'm just going to open the notepad for you. What's the value of this one, method? 1 divided by 7. Just think in an integer way. Don't consider the decimal part of the number.
It will be 0.
It will be 0. 2 divided by 7.
Yeah, that would be 0 up until 7.
Until 7 it will be 0. In the sense 6 divided by 7 is also 0. The 7 divided by 7, this is which is equal to 1, right? Then you guys have to change lower bound value to 7, upper bound value to 1000, and in while loop, anyway you are going to initialize number is equal to lower bound. And in while loop, if lower bound or number less than or equal to upper bound, Then you are going to compute the sum of this one. Sum is equal to, the sum is going, we are going to initialize sum to 0. Initially the value of sum is equal to 0. Sum is equal to sum plus number. You guys got the logic of this one?
Yeah, does that become a nested loop or no?
This is not a nested loop, sorry. This is a if loop.
It is a nested loop or no?
This is a, oh, okay, I got it. This while is a conditional loop. Inside a conditional loop, sorry, this is a iterative loop. Inside that one, I'm going to mention a conditional loop. This is not a nested loop. This is not a nested loop.
Okay.
But you guys got the concept right?
Yeah.
Shashir?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Then again modify the above program to find the sum of the squares of all the numbers from 1 to 100. I'm going to give you the series like 1 into 1, 2 into 2, 3 into 3. The answer should become like this. The final answer, you guys have to develop a program which will going to compute the sum of all the square, sum of the square of all the numbers from 1 to 1000. Sorry, 1 to 100. In the sense, you guys are going to declare lower bound as 1, correct, and upper bound as 100, and while loop as while lower bound less than or equal to upper bound, and here you are going to declare sum is equal to sum plus lower bound star lower bound. After that, lower bound plus plus. You guys got the logic for this one?
Yeah.
And finally print the output of the sum.
Yeah. I have a question for you though.
Okay.
Okay, like in programming languages like in C++ or in C, like the statement where you say sum is equal to sum plus lower bound times lower bound, right? Like in programming languages like C++, you have to put that in parentheses. In Java, do you put that in parentheses or no?
One second. I want to say in tomorrow's class I'm going to discuss about the what is the priority of the operators. In priority of the operators, we usually have, this is the rule. This is the rule. B stands for bracket, E stands for exponential, D stands for division, M stands for multiplication, A stands for addition, S stands for subtraction. In this statement, you guys are finding it. Do you guys have any bracket in this statement?
No.
No. Then it will going to check exponential one. Do you guys have any exponential statement in this one?
No.
Then it will going to check for division one. Do you guys have any division operation in this statement?
No.
Then it will going to check for multiplication one. Do you guys have any multiplication operation in this statement?
Yes.
And the multiplication happens between lower bound and lower bound. In the sense, this this operation will going to perform first. Once it will going to calculate this operation, whatever the output of lower bound into lower bound will going to add with sum, and this sum will going to store in sum.
Yeah.
You got the idea of that one?
Yeah, so you will put that in brackets?
Brackets, no, it's not required, because multiplication has highest precedence than sum plus operator. That's why it's not required to put parentheses or brackets around lower bound. Even it will going to do this. Even you are going to achieve the same results even if you put the brackets around lower bound variable.
So it doesn't give you an error in Java if you do that?
No, it
Okay.
won't. And
Okay.
one more thing, it's just a question. What happens if I'm going to put braces around this one?
So then it will be sum plus lower bound multiplied by
Lower
lower
bound.
bound.
In the sense, sum plus lower bound will going to execute first. After that, whatever the output of sum plus lower bound will going to multiply by lower bound.
Yes.
You got the concept of this one?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Next question, modify the above program. In this notes, I explained about running number sum. I'm expecting you guys to develop a running number product. Instead of sum, you guys need to think about product. Sum is equal to sum plus number. It becomes sum is equal to sum plus number. You guys need more hint on this one?
I do.
Okay. What about Shashir? Shashir, you got this program?
Actually, here we need to just made
In the sense, suppose 1 plus 10, suppose the number 1 plus 10, in the example we discussed about this sum of the numbers from 1 to 10, I am asking you to develop a program. So in the sense, the product of, in the sense, I need to get a product from 1 to 10, whatever the product of the numbers from 1 to 10, that's it.
okay.
You need to multiply like 1 into 2. After that, whatever the value comes from 1 into 2, it gets multiplied by 3. Whatever the value gets from that, it should be multiplied by 4. Or whatever the value gets from that, it should be multiplied by 5, like on up till 1000. You guys got that one?
Yeah, I got that.
Okay, cool. Shashir, what about you?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, fine, cool. Then it comes to odd even sum. In the sense, I need to, here the lower bound is there, upper bound is there. I'm going to compute the sum of odd number and sum of even numbers. One thing, in the previous example, I gave you an hint to identify the number as an even if the initial value is 1, and if you add plus 2 to that initial value, that number becomes an odd number. If the initial value is 0, if you add 2 to that one, the number becomes even number. Here we are going to identify the number as an even and odd by making use of modulus operator. If the number is successfully divided by 2, in the sense the remainder is 0, then such number is known as an even number. If the modulus of the number is not equal to 0, in the sense the remainder is not equal to 0, then such number is known as an odd number. If it is 0, then calculate the sum of even number, and if it is not equal to 0, then calculate the sum of odd number. Note that this thing is known as a shorthand operator. Sum even plus is equal to number, which will going to do the same function as sum even is equal to sum even plus number. The way I wrote this program to explain a shorthand operators in Java. Shashir and Mehtab, you guys got the concept? In the sense, this is just a different way of representing the things.
Okay.
I understand I understand the odd and even, but can you go over the sum even plus equal number again?
That is same as sum even is equal to sum even plus number. That is a different way of representing things in Java.
Okay. Okay. I
Shashir,
get it.
yeah, what about Shashir?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, fine. This is known as incrementing number is equal to number plus 1. It will do. and printing the sum of odd, sum of even, and differences between odd and even. Actually, this is a very basic concepts most of the interviewer will ask. I want to find out the sum of odd, the difference between sum of odd and sum of even numbers from 1 to 1000 or 1 to 100. This is very basic concepts in most of the interview. You guys can expect this question. This is dissecting section of the programming. If you guys go through these notes, definitely you guys will going to understand each and every steps in this program. Then comes to comparison operators. The comparison operators in Java is equals, equals to, not equals, greater than or less than or equal to. And this is the relational operator which works on Boolean things and logical or and not. And one more thing, this is the most and frequently asked questions in most of the interviews, the leap year formula. You guys should be aware of leap year formula. If someone gives you an year, you should be in a position to identify a leap year. Just write a program to identify whether a year is whether the given year is a leap year or not by making use of this formula. You guys will do this one, right?
Okay, I will try it.
Okay, I think nearly 15-20 programs are there. I want you guys to finish off these programs by tomorrow, in the sense before starting the day 2 session.
Okay.
Then writing, it will going to take only 15 to 20 minutes, maximum 1 hour to write all the programs and to study this material. This material is very simple and you guys can easily understand the things in this material within 1 or 2 hours, and you can able to solve all the exercise programs. Then next comes to write a program to sum all the integers from 1 and 1000 that are divisible by 13, 15 or 17 but not by 30. You guys will do this one, or do you guys need
some int?
Write a program to sum all the integers between 1 and 1000 that are divisible by 13, 15 or 17. Either it should be divisible by 13 or it should be divisible by 15 or it should be divisible by 17 but not by 30. One int I should give, you should use logical OR and logical NOT operator for this one. And also you should make sure that you should use a logical AND operator.
Can you go over this with me?
Yeah, sure.
Like with an example.
Yep. Suppose I'm going to declare integer variable is equal to 135. If I want to find out whether this number is divisible by 13, what I will do, variable 13 is equal to 135, I'm going to check, right? If it is divisible by 15, what I am going to do, variable, this is 13, this is 15, whether I'm going to do, whether it will be, in the sense whether variable is divisible by 15, I'm going to check. After that, again, I'm going to check whether a variable is divisible by 17, okay?
Okay.
Instead of writing 3 different if statements, I can write a single if statement, variable 15 or variable divided by, first one is 13, or it should be divisible by 15, or it should be divisible by 17. This one line if statement makes a meaning, in the sense it will going to gives us a meaning of these 3 if statements, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
After that, one more condition, what I said was it should not be divisible by 30. Then the negation operation you are going to use means it should not divisible by 30.
Okay.
In the sense, if you divide variable 13, it should produce 0. Or if you divide by a variable by 15, it should provide 0. Or if you divide variable, it should provide 0. And okay, you should put this in a parenthesis because you are going to check any of this condition. After that, one more condition you are going to put, this variable divided by 30 should not be equal to 0. Shashir and Mehtab, you understood this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that, yeah.
Okay, fine. This is just a simple, by making use of if statement and combination of logical operators and basic arithmetic operator, you need to frame this one.
Okay.
The next one, write a program to print all the leap year between 1, in the sense 1 to 2010, and also print the number of leap years. This is the leap year formula. You guys need to initialize year to 1. After that, you guys are going to increment year by 111, and you are going to check this formula whether if this formula is satisfied, you are going to print it as a leap year. If it is not satisfied, you are going to print it as a that year is not a leap year.
Okay.
And find how many leap years are between 1 and 2010. Don't consider this AD. Sorry, I made it mistake. Just consider it as a number 1 and 2010.
Okay.
Okay.
And this is a program for type double and floating point numbers. This is how to convert a temperature. This is also one of the most frequently asked questions in interview. Write a program, not only in Java, in any of the programming language. Write a program to convert a degree to Celsius and Celsius to Fahrenheit. Here the formula is Fahrenheit is equal to Celsius times of 9.0 divided by 5.0 plus 32. This is the formula. You guys need to memorize this formula. Just apply that formula and convert the degree to Celsius and Celsius to degree.
Okay.
Now mixing int and double, and what's the importance of typecasting, I will going to explain in this program. Here what happens, double D is equal to 5.5, right? Here I is there. If I want to store I is equal to D, what happens? That D will going to lose the precision, and that's why we are going to get an error.
Okay.
If you want to declare I is equal to 6.6, we are going to get error because I is already declared as an integer. If you want to store a double value for an I can't able to, I in the sense the variable I can't able to insert, or it's not possible for I to store the double value. That's why it will going to store an error. The syntax for typecasting is new than the expression. For example, double D is equal to 5.5 int I. If you write I is equal to int time of D, what it indicates is D is a decimal. I know D is a double. The compiler knows that D is a double, but we insist the compiler just neglect the decimal part of D by providing a typecast for D. In the sense, we are explicitly typecasting the value of D to an integer. Here the value in the first statement, the value of I is 5. In the second statement, the value of I is equal to 3. This concept is known as a typecasting operator. This is a simple program to, in the sense, just to explain typecasting in Java. This is the same as average program. In the sense, earlier we discussed about the lower bound and upper bound, the sum of lower bound and upper bound, the same concept. This is the dissection part of the program. Just go through this dissection part. You're going to understand the concepts very well. And this is done. I want you guys to solve this one. Write a program called harmonic series sum to compute the sum of harmonic series 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 1 by 4 plus up to 1 by n, where n is equal to 1000. Even I gave you an int. In the sense, this is a template. In the sense, this is a template I provided in the notes. if you just make use of this template, you guys should develop an harmonic series which will going to compute the sum of harmonic series in Java, in the sense harmonic series, sorry. You guys will do this one, right? Because anyway, the template is available for you guys.
Okay, I will do that.
Yeah, Mehta.
I can, but can you like explain it to me with example?
Yeah. 1 second. The harmonic series is defined as 1. After that, the next number is 1 by 2. After that, the next number is 1 by 3, up to 1 by n. If I want to ask what is the sum of harmonic series, the sum of number of harmonic series where n is equal to 1. If n is equal to 1, you have to find only one number, which is the first number in the harmonic series. Then the sum itself is 1, right? This is the first number. This is the first number, this is the second number, this is the third number, this is the fourth number, this is the nth number. If n is equal to 2, you need to compute 1 plus 1 by 2. In the sense 1 plus 0.5, which is equal to 1.5. In the sense you need to provide output as 1.5 to the console. If n is equal to 3, then you need to compute 1 plus 0.5 plus 0.3. Whatever the sum is there, you are going to compute that one.
Okay, I understand. Okay.
Okay, that is harmonic series. So why I'm stressing more on algorithms and basic concepts in this class is, if you understand these concepts, it's easy for you to develop the programs in any of the programming language, not only in Java. These are all very basic concepts, and you guys should be aware of these concepts. These are all the most frequently asked questions in interviews.
Okay.
And one more thing, I want you guys to develop a geometric series. Do some research on geometric series. What is geometric series in the sense how to compute a sum of geometric series and develop a program. Even I provided int for this one.
Okay.
This is the end of day 1 session. If you guys have any doubts, you can ask me or you can email me. If you in the sense you can email me if you need anything else. In the sense if you want to discuss further about the day 1 session, if you want to know more about the concepts in day 1.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a question for you. Now, I understand you want us to do these problems. I guess we can download Eclipse and do them in there.
Yes.
In Eclipse.
Yep. And also I provided an instruction set how to install JDK, how to install Eclipse, or if you guys want to work on NetBeans. But I prefer Eclipse because that is a professional way of programming things.
Okay, but do you like? What do you want? How do you want?
In the sense, just go through that instruction set, download JDK, download Eclipse, and once you installed Eclipse and JDK, start working on programs.
Well, yeah, I mean, but after the program, after we write the program, do you want us to
renew it? Yeah, I will going to renew that one. Once you're done with the program, just email me in a zip file all the Java files, and also yes, all the Java files, and also I need you guys to provide some ints. Ints in the sense that program should have some proper comments and everything, so that I can easily understand what you guys try to achieve in that program. Don't write a program without any comment. That's what I want to say.
Okay, you want comments. Okay.
Yeah. Comments in the sense, try to provide each and every line. Try to in the sense, try to provide comments for each and every line. Even if you declare a variable like sum, try to define that one. What's the use of sum? Why you guys have declared that one?
Okay.
Okay.
Do you guys have any sort of questions related to day 1 session?
No, I think I'm good.
To be frank, if you guys are perfect with day one session, I think you can boost up your confidence level by 1%, because this 1%, at least 1% you can expect in interviews.
Okay.
Okay.
Shall we wind off this session? If you are okay, I'm going to wind off this session.
Sure.
Yeah. Thanks, Shashir. Thanks, Mehta, for joining the class. See you tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Guru.